Okay, everybody, here we're going to show you some things we do with Hatch green chili. If you ever had these, they're really good. They come from Hatch, New Mexico. They're the best chilies. Where I grew up, people make green chili stew, pork green chili stew. It's real famous in Colorado, New Mexico area. A few restaurants around here serve it. Used to be a breakfast place. It was from Denver here, but they closed and they served it. So what I do every year is when the Hatch chilies come out, I get them and I roast them. And all you're doing when you're roasting them is you just throw them on the grill for a few minutes on each side just to blister the skin. And then you steam them. You put them in a Tupperware container, close the lid, and you steam them. And then they'll steam away from their skin, and you peel them, and then you do whatever. You freeze them, you can them. We're going to can some. We're going to freeze dry some, and we'll probably put some in freezer pack to get them out when we want to eat throughout the year. So stay with us. We'll show you the process and what we do. But if you ever get a chance to try Hatch green chilies, you should try them. Alright, so you want, like I was telling you, want them to steam, so I always get like a Tupperware container. And they're blister enough, they get real soft.
I don't even like peppers, and I think those smell amazing.
Yeah, those are those. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, as long as like one side of it's charred, I guess.
These all got both sides pretty good. Yeah. That one. Yeah, I can get them off there. So, I'm just going to put the lid on it, seal it tight. We'll let it sit here. Put more peppers on and we'll finish this, and then we'll get the canning and freeze drying for you, okay? See that? We just want to char on them. Let's flip it this time. Could have went a little bit longer, but it's all good. It'll even out. And if you could just if you had smell-o-vision or smell of YouTube or whatever right now, woo, these things smell amazing. I could turn the heat up, but I don't want to burn them. I'd rather go slow. Low and slow.
Low and slow, that is the tempo.
Can't burn the good stuff. I'd be mad at myself. Last couple of years haven't been good here in Houston, or they haven't got very many Hatch chilies. So what I've had to do is actually buy them online from a place in Hatch, New Mexico, which is quite a bit more expensive, but well worth it in the long run. So.
Why didn't those get put on the grill? There was no room.
Yeah.
It's only like 3.
Well,
you couldn't have made room?
Still got 2 more bags to go.
Oh,
so,
dang.
yeah,
Okay.
That'll be good. So this is the next step. I grilled them. Let them set up in these bags to steam. And I've got 20 pounds here. And that's probably about half of what I'll do for the year. I'll do another 20 pounds. So it's real easy. I got a disposal popcorn bucket here. You peel the skin back, you grab the stem, and then that pulls most of the seeds out. Because you really don't want the seeds. The seeds do bring some heat, but kind of annoying when you're making a sauce or doing whatever you're doing with them. But it's real easy. See, as long as you let them steam, these peppers will just come right apart. Like that one. So I don't want to lose any pepper. So I'll get that little piece there.
So these are all ones that you roasted?
Yeah, we roasted all those.
How many? 20 pounds?
20 pounds.
Dadgum.
I usually do about 25 to 30. I'm going to do double this year. So just pull them off, see? They're kind of warm still. That's okay. I got to just kind of open them up, pull the skins out. And then what I'll do is I like to... I'll can some of these. We'll show you that later today. But I like to chop skinny.
That's getting to you.
I like to chop some of them, and I also like to leave them whole, because what Chloe and I do, and we'll just get like a tortilla. I'll put ham and cheese. She'll just put like cheese, and if you have a whole green chili, you just lay it across and heat it in the microwave, and it's a good little snack. So, and then chop them. We chop them so we can add them to dishes that we're cooking and everything, just like you buy them in a can at the store. Only these are Hatch green chilies, and they're a lot better. So.
And you're not even done, are you? You're going back for round 2 or 3?
Yeah, I'm not even done. I'm gonna do at least another 20, maybe 30 pounds.
Daggone.
So, because we're gonna also, I've started to get mentioned that since we have the freeze dryer, we're gonna put them on the freeze dryer this year too. So we did some green chilies in a can and some tomatoes to make our own little freeze dried rotel. That turned out good, so I'm gonna do it with our own chilies. So, just takes hours, but it's fun. I enjoy it.
It's a process, but it's therapeutic to my sweet thing.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, I'm going to do the whole green chilies first. So I'm going to do these in pint-sized jars. I washed the jars with soap and hot water. Now I'm going to stick them in the oven with 200 degrees for about 30 minutes to really disinfect them. Okay, so now I sanitize the jars in 200 degree oven for 30 minutes. Now I'll start putting the whole green chilies in there. I'll fill each jar up. Take our pot of hot water and fill it to where it's got like 1 inch of headroom, headspace they call it, which is like right at the bottom of the rim where the lid screws on. What they call debubble. Just try to get all the air bubbles out. Once you do that, you might have to add a little more water. Yeah, maybe a little water needs to. This needs all, that one needs a little water. Ooh, that looked crazy in the water. Okay. We're gonna wipe all the rims down with vinegar. Make sure they're all clean. We'll put the lids on, and at our altitude, it's pretty much sea level, then we will pressure can these at 11 pounds for about 45 minutes, because they're pint jars. So I'll be back and show you the finished product. Okay, so here you can see the pressure's up to about 12 pounds. Try to do 11 to 12 for about 35 minutes. It'll be perfect.
Corey went ahead and diced up some of his Hatch green chilies to put on the freeze dryer, which we've done before, but we were just happening to do it in this moment, as well as some kiwis that we got on sale for under $2 for 2 pounds, and some bananas and mangoes. We put them all on the freeze dryer together. So I asked Corey what did he want to use his green chilies for in a recipe to kind of wrap up the video of our canning and our freeze drying of these green chilies, and he wanted to just make some basic Mayakoba beans. Those are his absolute favorites, so I'm going to grab some of those, show you how we throw that together, so sit tight. A while back I got these little trash buckets, little plastic buckets from the Dollar Tree to just kind of sort my beans out. So here we've got some black beans. I think that's that 10 bean soup. We've got our pinto beans all under there. We've got our black beans. Got some lentils over there. Baby limas, red kidney. I know it's dark under here because this is under my desk. We got some navy beans, and here are the Mayacobas. I think I'm going to use this one. While I go through my pantry and gather some other ingredients like tomatillas, I'm going to put some green tomatoes and then some diced tomatoes in with the beans. I thought I'd take a moment to talk to you about storing beans long term. If they are stored the right way, they can last you years and years. As you saw, my beans are still in the original packaging, which is a big no-no. Over time, if they aren't packaged properly in an airtight container, in your freezer, in glass jars, in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, they are prone to going rancid and getting weevils. I don't know if you remember me showing you my last video with the rice that had the weevil infestation in it, but the same thing can happen to beans. If they're not stored properly, they can get hard over time, which I know beans are already hard, but I'm just saying they could take you a longer time to cook and prepare. So this is on my list of things to do in my pantry, is to repackage these and store them properly, because if they're exposed to too much light or humidity or whatever the case may be, they're not going to last as long. So just remember that. Now I'm getting a very late start on my beans. I could probably do them in the Instapot, but just to keep it simple, I'm going to go ahead and throw these in the slow cooker and just forget about it. And at the end, if we're hungry, we can always throw it in the Instapot to just kind of speed up the cooking process. But let's go get started and let's see how these Hatch green chilies turned out. We found another bag of Mayacoba beans that were already open, because the one that I just showed a moment ago was a 3-pounder. So I'm going to wash these real good, make sure there's no rocks. Okay, this is unrelated, but I thought I would go ahead and show you this really cool life hack I came up with these big farmhouse sinks. I'm so tired of food ricocheting and ending up in the corners over here and over there, and it just becomes a big pain to clean. So I just told my family, yo, I'm getting this funnel, and when you scrape your food either into the trash or the compost pile, whatever, if you put your remains down in the garbage disposal, I need you to do it down this funnel. And it's worked out really well, so we haven't had to deal with food going anywhere except down the drain. Okay, now let's rinse these off. Corey is thawing some meat out for his Colorado green chili for him to take to work. This is part of his meal prep this week. We will not be using that in these beans though. I went through these beans with a fine tooth comb, made sure there was no sketchy pieces, and they look good. I need to get the liquid added pretty soon. This is some turkey broth that we made when we got our Thanksgiving turkeys last year. So we got two jars of that. This was from a smoked turkey, so the seasonings are going to be absolutely delicious in these beans. Now we're going to go in with a whole jar of these Hatch green chilies that Corey canned. Corey decided to go ahead and just use the tomatillas, so we kind of stick with the green theme in these beans instead of using the red tomatoes. And these are whole, so we need to chop them up. We're going to chop them up while we dice up an onion. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of applewood smoked salt. I'd say that's about a tablespoon. Adding some hatch green and red chili flakes. Okay, now we're going in with the onion. Look how big this onion was, and it was already used. So this is probably the equivalent of a couple of medium onions. But we like our onions in this house, so let's go in. Go the tomatillas. They're pretty soft, so they're in big chunks. They'll probably break up. These are some freeze-dried assorted peppers that Corey made the other day, but I'm showing you how much they look like the leaves on this fall wine glass I have. I just thought that was so cute. So for a pop of color, let's go ahead and throw some of these peppers in there. Just do a little handful. Pretty. Okay, that's not enough for Corey. I was just going for aesthetics, but this is how he rolls. Lots of pepper. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with about a tablespoon of garlic. Minced garlic and its juice. There we go. And give it a stir. Corey's about to reseal the jar of peppers that I just opened. How long? Oh, I hit pause and I missed the pop. Oh well. Is it good?
Good to go.
Now I'm allergic to cilantro, so I'm not putting that in here. Corey can put that on his serving. I'm going to go in with some taco seasoning. We're going to do a couple of drops of liquid smoke. When we make beans or pretty much anything, we just kind of wing it. So there's no rhyme or reason to this. Going to go in with a little extra cumin because we love the stuff.
I'll do all four.
Alright, so we got the garlic and herbs. Next I'm going to hit it up with some Better Than bouillon. Here is our roasted garlic. I'm just going to get a little bit of this. It's very, very concentrated. Now we're going to add a little smoky chipotle. About the same amount. Just a little. No, that's a little bit more.
Those are pretty good.
This is a big spoon, so this is probably about a teaspoon. I think you're supposed to do like a tablespoon to 8 ounces of water, which we're already using a broth. Now we're going to do the same with the sofrito. The sofrito is basically just an assortment of roasted vegetables. You got fire roasted tomatoes, onions, garlic, and cilantro. Which, like I said, I'm allergic to that stuff, but maybe in small doses I'll be okay. Now we're going to go in with a little adobo. I'm going to mix it up real good. Lastly, we're going to just add a couple of bay leaves. Trying to find a couple of whole ones. Now we wait. I'm going to put the lid on and put this on high. We'll come back and check on it in about 6 hours. The beans are done, and we like a little extra liquid. We rather have a little too much than not enough. We kind of like our soupy. Look at all the green chilies. Look how good that looks. So I'm going to get some of this in a bowl, and we'll be back for a taste test. We're back to do our taste test. It's been a minute since we've done one of these. So we're gonna share a bowl because look how big this is. We'll get more later and have our own bowls, but we just don't want to dirty any more dishes. All right, I'm gonna take the first bite.
It's gonna be hot.
Mmm. There's all kinds of flavors going on in there. It does have a spicy kick. Ooh. The green chilies are super duper spicy, but I like the mellowness of the Mayakoba beans. They're not a really, they're like a subtle, mild bean. And then the tomatillas is a nice change of pace from the typical Rotel and regular tomatoes that we use. These would be good mashed up to make refried beans and put some cheese in there. And the cool thing about beans, they're affordable. They're really, really cheap. So hope you enjoyed our video. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.